has been through a breakup? Fantastic! Who here has been through a really bad breakup? Wonderful! I have here eHarmony's list of the 9 things you should do after a breakup. Number 1, pretend you're fine. Number 2, pay eHarmony for the rest of this list. The soothing voice of eHarmony. Get over yourself, give us a credit card. But I didn't do any of that. Instead, when my girlfriend of 3 years broke up with me by text on Valentine's Day, instead I found a movie. Bicentennial Man. The story of a robot butler who falls in love with the youngest child of the family it's supposed to be looking after. And I poured my feelings into this film. This was my sad songs on the radio. This film where our romantic hero is dickless Lego man Robin Williams. And because of where I was at the time, I started to genuinely believe, that this was the greatest work of art mankind had ever produced. And nobody agreed with me. And since that time, I've wanted nothing more than to have a medium-sized group of people in a room, trapped, so I could tell them about Bicentennial Man. You all have made a terrible mistake. So we open with the opening credits, and we see that Bicentennial Man is based off not 1, but 2 books. Always a sign of quality. We're introduced to a family, and a box is delivered to their house, containing dickless Lego man Robin Williams and an instruction manual which no one ever reads. Perhaps they should have. Chapter 4, How to Prevent the Robot Lusting After Your Children. But the robot and the little girl grow close. He starts calling her Little Miss. Yes, it is very creepy. But time passes on, and soon Little Miss is an adult human woman with adult human woman emotions, feelings, sexual feelings for the dickless Lego man. Despite the fact she is getting married, and has made it incredibly clear to her fiancé she's only with him because she can't fuck the plastic man in the corner. Any of you here who are in a couple, imagine if your partner turned to you and said, "I'm only with you because I can't fuck the lamp." But Little Miss gets married, and the robot is alone, like I was. But it doesn't let it get him down, and instead he goes on a journey to find others like himself, and he finds one. A sexy lady robot with robot boobs. What are those for? Is she going to breastfeed a Hoover? When I was feeling particularly alone in my love of Bicentennial Man, I looked to see if there was a fan club. There is. Just one. It is in Italian, and it is entirely devoted to this character. Unfortunately, robot boobs are not the same thing as sentience. So in order to find companionship, the robot must become human. It's a very typical sci-fi story, yeah. Data in Star Trek, it's basically Pinocchio. But robot Robin Williams goes about it in a way that's more direct than anything that's come before it. Because to become human, the robot decides to get himself some organs. There's never been an adaptation of Pinocchio where a man walks into a dark alley at night and Pinocchio is there, bent over the bloody corpse of his latest victim, a spleen in his hand, stuffing it into his willing chest and going, "I'm a real boy! I'm a real boy!" Unfortunately, Robin Williams does not harvest organs from people still using them, which is a massive blow to representation for the organ harvester community, who could really use a hero right now. luckily, robot boobs just happens to be owned by a scientist who's developing artificial skin and artificial organs and artificial dicks. So he gets a flesh and blood body and he goes back to Little Miss. But she's an old woman now. Divorced from her husband, I wonder why. Perhaps he came downstairs one night to find her filleting the toaster. But she's on her deathbed now, and it's too late for them to have a real relationship. But he doesn't let it get him down, and instead he just moves straight on to her granddaughter. And they fall in love, and they get married, and he agrees to die with her, and I bawl my eyes out. After hearing this, is there anyone who might want to give Bicentennial Man a go? Watch this underrated movie. Anyone? Is there anyone willing to go a bit beyond a cheer? Because I do happen to have a DVD. And I also have an email address, bicentennialfan@gmail.com. No one else wanted it. I'm amazed. Is there anyone willing to take this DVD home, watch it, and then email me with their thoughts? Cheer anyone. I think I saw your hand first, so there you go. Congratulations. But this story needs an ending. Did Bicentennial Man help me get over my ex-girlfriend? Yes, it did. Because now I know I only have to wait for her to have grandchildren. I've been Sam Went. Thank you very much.